Welcome back. I've worked half double crochets all the way across the row to the last stitch, and you find the same place on the single crochets as you put the single crochet. So we're going to do that a half double crochet in that stitch. You look for that little horizontal bar and the 2 loops, and you go under those 2 loops after yarning over. Insert the hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through all 3 loops on the hook. And then for your next row, because these are 2 chains high, we need to chain 2. Okay, I'm pulling up a loop because I just changed my stitches. I like to count how many stitches I made just to make sure it's going to be even. Because if you don't, your edges of your scarf will go wavy and you might have bumps through it. Another thing I want to point out, single crochets tend to curl. See how that corner curls up? Usually after you wash it, it softens up and doesn't curl as much. And when you wash it, get it out of the dryer just before it's dry, and you just lay it flat, and that will keep the corners from curling. Another way is to just use a bigger size hook for your yarn, and that'll help keep it from curling. Alright, now back to our stitches. I'm going to count my stitches across to make sure I have the same number that I started with. And you count this turning chain here as a stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I have 26 stitches including the turning chain. So I'm correct. I am right on. If you have a different number of stitches, you may want to tear it out and try again. And just look at your work, see if your edges are straight, and that sort of thing. And this all comes with practice. So, but I mean, even experienced crocheters should count their stitches, because sometimes you skip one because you're talking or not paying attention, and you want to have it even. And if you count after you're done each row, you will have less to tear out when you mess up. So anyway, we chain 2. Now we're going to turn. Now in half double crochet, finding your space that you're going to put your crochet hook to make your stitch is going to be a lot easier, because we have all these little loops of chains all the way across the top. Now if you look at the structure of the stitch, I have the back of the stitch facing me. There is a diagonal line, and then there's your top 2 loops. So there's almost like there's 3 loops on top of your stitch. This one is not your top loop, this one is. So you have the V's. Let me turn it this way. You'll see the little V like we did in the single crochet, but it'll have this little diagonal line on top of it, and then the horizontal line. And if you put your thumb on either side of the stitch, it almost looks like claws of a chicken foot. 3 little lines. So back to our work. All right, we chain 2. Excuse me, sorry about the camera. That counts as a half double crochet. So we're going to skip this first loop here. We're going to yarn over and insert our hook in the second one. Draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through all 3 loops on the hook. Now see, this stitch does not have those little horizontal lines to find where you poke your hook, but it's got an obvious hole in the top, a loop. And you still go under 2 lines, under 2 loops, or under both loops on top of your stitch, or under the V. There's so many ways to say it. Okay, yarn over, insert your hook in the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through all 3 loops on the hook. Get closer, yarn over, insert your hook, See, I'm under both loops of the V. Catch the yarn, draw up a loop, push your hook back through to size it, yarn over, twist your hook down slightly, draw through all 3 loops on the hook. Remember, these are half double crochets. In your written patterns, it'll be abbreviated HDC. And you work these all the way across. And when you get down to the end down here, there's a different way to handle it. So I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to go all the way across, and I'll go into the last couple stitches and be able to show you how to do that. So see you in the next video.